Hello, sorors. We are aware that Sigma Image is reviewed in Torch, but the Sigma Image series is a continuation and more in-depth conversation. Be ready for some open and honest dialogue. The purpose of this series is not to offend anyone, but to educate, train, increase one's insight, and to protect our sorority image and brand. Are we ready, sorors?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All
We
right.
ready.
Well, hello. My name is Soror Charlene Williams.
Hi, my name is Charisma McMurray.
Hello, my name is Katina Harris.
And I am Soror Sarita Hughes.
All right. All right, sorors. So here's our first question.
Okay.
All right. What is Sigma Image and what does it mean to you? Who would like to go first?
I can go first answering this question. So Sigma Image really includes a lot of things, right? So it includes the clothes that you wear, the personality that you have, and like any actions that you take. So when you think about going to Walmart versus going to Target, you're going there for the same thing, right? To get something like clothes or food, but you're also going there because you know what type of experience you're going to get, because they build up that type of brand that you know the quality of your experience is going to be worth what you're paying for. So with Sigma, we have our colors, our poodle, like different symbols that we know as members that mean a lot to us, but to an outside person, they don't know what those things mean. Like a poodle to them is just a poodle, whereas to us, it means so many other characteristics and things of that nature. Our shield means so much more to us because we know what each one of those symbols means. So for outside viewers, they may not know all those foundational things that we know. So when we put on our letters, where that's just the colors, we put on a shield, or we put on anything that relates to the Sigma image, it has to be up to that same level of what those symbols represent and what those symbols mean. We have to represent them on an equal level. So that's what Sigma image means to me, like keeping with the foundation of what those symbols mean in our behavior, our personality, and how we carry ourselves.
I like that.
Yeah, I love that.
So to add on to that, I believe, in my opinion, Sigma Image is how we carry ourselves, our integrity, oh my goodness, just having that respect for ourselves as women, as Sigma women. We want the world to see us in a respectful light, and we're not out looking any type of way, or we know how to handle ourselves as women, as to represent our sorority properly, and not looking crazy, like straight ratchet. We have our days, but I think, having that Sigma image, we know we are going to come right, we're going to come correct, and we're going to make our sorority look good.
And I don't think it's just, so much as just the whole image thing. You got to look, it's just about how, like you said, carrying yourself, because as a woman, you should want to be, lead with integrity. If you're out and about and you're acting a fool, or you're on social media, would you want your mom or your grandmother to see you acting like that? So you have to think about it's a whole package for me. It's your life. It's a brand. So it just encompasses a lot for me. So.
And Soror Harris, I like that you mentioned that it's a brand, because SGRho is a business. And just like any business or place of business that you work for, you have a way of presenting yourself. You have a uniform. And when you're at work, you present yourself in a certain manner. And it should be the same way no matter where you are in the country. The brand should stay the same. So I like that you said it's a brand. Great.
Absolutely.
Great answer, sorors. How has Sigma image changed or stayed the same since you joined the sorority?
Ooh. I guess I can answer that one first. I know for me, I came in 1998, and our image has changed tremendously. We were not wearing blazers at the time. It was just kind of, we wore a lot of black at that time. We didn't really, love so much on the gold. It was just more so just, if you didn't have royal blue, you wore a lot of black. And so I think it really has changed over time. I think it's gotten tremendously better. I think just from being in since 98 till this year, 2022, like I just see the whole difference. It's just the colors, and we're just really loving the gold and being more polished. When I came in, we were just kind of wearing just slacks and, shirts. And now a lot of members are wearing a lot of dresses, and we're trying to be dainty. And it's a total change from my perspective, what I've seen.
I can agree with that as well.
Yeah.
And what I've seen, and even this forum here right now, is something that has changed over time. We didn't have that type of training. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, we knew what the colors were, we knew, what the letters, Greek letters and things were, but we weren't trained on how to wear them. We weren't trained on what to wear at certain events and certain ceremonies. Yeah, maybe the ceremonies are a little different because that's like more of a ritual thing. But just being out at social events or activities, we didn't have that training. So I like that we have Torch, and we also have these type of conversations that give us some education and some guidance that we assume sorors come in
Right.
knowing, but they may not know.
Exactly.
I don't have too much to add because I am still fairly new, but I will say, leading on the training, I think that we were trained very well, even though, we had a little bit of training during the 2020 Central Region Conference, and so one of the classes that I was able to attend, they let us know how we're supposed to hold our
Sign.
we're not doing the fingers
Get
together. We need
closer,
to have it.
yeah.
So just so you all know, it's not. It's this.
Yep.
So that's one thing that we were taught. We were taught what we should wear, what we shouldn't wear, things that we wear to our meetings. SGRho. We were taught that, and so I respect that. And when I do go to different things, I want to make sure I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
All right. And if you were not a member of this organization, how would you view Sigma Gamma Rho's image?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
I don't know, the storos that I've seen been looking jazzy. I'm like, y'all cute,
Yeah.
y'all real cute.
I can agree. When you see what the image is supposed to be like, it's impressive. I've seen all ages of Sigma Gamma Rho's just beautiful, But then on the opposite end, we do
Yes.
have those who
Yes.
push the envelope a little bit,
Yes.
that we have some concerns where the brand is being a little bit tarnished, and we need to clean that up a little
Yeah.
bit. But when you see us in our, our element, it's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing.
And it's weird because a lot of people, they always say, you do so much. We see you, because I'm on social media. And they're like, you guys always look so nice. You always look so good. And it's like, that's our image. That's our brand. And even though if we're going to the grocery store, I know a lot of times if I go to the grocery store, I'm not dolled up, but at least I'm not going to throw on no Sigma Gamma Rho outfit. I'm not going to, because I know you just never know who you're going to see.
Right.
But, people, they see us. They watch us.
Yep.
And we're, we have to think about where we've come from back in the day till now. We have a lot of people that are interested in Sigma Gamma Rho now, and that's because of the things that they see.
Absolutely. And I like the fact that you mentioned that when you decide to go somewhere, you make that conscious choice.
Right.
Because we could just grab a sweatshirt and throw it on, but we got to think about it. Well, I'm not, presentable enough to put on my Greeks right now. I'm running to the store, let me grab another sweatshirt, not put this on because I'm not in that presence. You know what I mean? So that does take some thought. But people look at it like it's just a sweatshirt, so I'm just gonna throw that on. But we've got to understand it's our brand and it's our uniform.
And we don't know who is out there that's watching us, because you could have a perspective be
Absolutely.
at Walmart and say, oh, she's a member of Sigma Gamma Rho. Oh my gosh, she looked horrible. I saw the Sigma Gamma Rho, she looked horrible. So you just have to think about those things when you get up and go out the door. If you know you're gonna be kind of looking not correct, just don't put on any pair.
It's
Just
not
wear
correct.
your old t-shirt and some shoes or whatever, but just kind of pull away from the Perry.
Absolutely.
Perception is everything.
Yeah,
Seriously,
absolutely.
people look at you, and even though they're only seeing the outside, they don't know the whole thing. But when they see you, and that's what they take. So, perception.
Yep. And we have to understand we're a representation not just of ourselves, but of the organization at that time. Great. How does misrepresentation impact our sorority's brand and the future of our organization?
Come on, 7 misses.
Okay.
Come on, 7 misses.
But no, when our brand is misrepresented, it really hinders the growth of our organization and the scope that we want to do. Like when we talk about our mission statement or even our slogan, like everything we do is greater, and to have that greater impact and have that global reach, that national reach, or even just Indiana reach, right? We have to have our image there and have it be polished, professional, and one of a higher standard to carry out the business that we want to do in our sorority to help all womankind, right? And when that is misrepresented, then we're not able to do our mission, right? So how are we supposed to be paying dues in an organization, doing work in an organization, but when our image is messed up, we're not able to do the things that we want to do and that we have set out and paid to do.
Absolutely. Any other comments on that?
And she hit it.
Yes. I feel that you know how you say a saying, you take one step back, you have like 10 steps you have to make up for that one step back. So when it's when you have someone misrepresent the sorority, you have so much more to do to get it back to where you need it to be. So like I said, education, training, two-finger tapping, and being your sister's keeper is a must, because it just takes too much to get back to where we need to be. A lot of work is put into our brand, and we just can't tarnish that with just some mishaps.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think about, from what you were saying, the other part of the question, as far as where we're going to go in the future, we have to be able to communicate to each other and say, hey, soror, you know, as far as maybe what you have on, but it's not so much as, like I said, image. It's the things that you're doing as well. We see a lot of misrepresentation that way on social media. And social media has just been, it's like I cringe sometimes when I see certain things and I see some of my sorors. TikTok is one of the things that they love, and I'm on social media too, but I know if I wouldn't do anything that my mother would not want to see me doing. And so I just think that we got to get that together. Otherwise we're going down, because I think that's one of the biggest things right now that is hindering our image is the social media portion.
Yeah, I think the rest misrepresentation, or just when you do things like that as an employer, when I'm looking to hire someone and I'm going through looking the resumes, I'm that person, I'm that employer that I'm looking you up. I'm looking up everything, because how do you represent yourself as a person? So if people know that we are associated with Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, they want to say, what are you guys doing? Oh, this is what you're doing? I don't think I want to be a part of that. Or y'all fit in whatever stereotype that we think that you have. So you really need to watch what you do, because everybody's watching you. Yeah, we want to have fun, but you know, the way you put yourself out there in public on social media, it will say a lot about you.
Exactly. And I know this is not one of the questions, but just to piggyback on what you guys are saying about social media, do we feel comfortable as sisters, not even knowing that sister, to two-finger tap them even over social media?
See, that's the issue right there, because we see a lot of that, and so we're kind of like, well, we really don't know them. They're from another chapter. They're from another region. You know, should we say something? We may share it, but we're not really going to that person and saying it. And I feel like even if we don't go to that specific store, maybe we should start doing it to where we maybe can contact the regional UCC or Syntactics. But then again, sometimes some of the stores are not even financial, so you just don't know. So it's just really kind of hard to kind of, you know, if it's people that we know, I feel like that we definitely need to, we have to start doing that, being responsible, especially as our graduate chapter. But it's kind of gray when it comes to other chapters that you may not know who this person is. And then a lot of times people think that it's cute what they're doing on social media, so they get offended. So you have to kind of walk a thin line when it comes to that.
You definitely do, because I think going back to like the 7 misses, the miscommunication about social media is like, yes, it's good for visibility, right, to like get attention and stuff, but not all attention is good attention. And another miscommunication is that the lessons of what Sigma image is, how to dress, how to act, doesn't stop once torch is over, and once you have your new member presentation. That's a continuous lesson that you learn, like as you grow and your body changes, or just as you grow and you get new careers in your life. Like, it's a continuous lesson that you have to relearn.
Absolutely.
And I can see that's the miscommunication people have, but once they're in, like, I have my letters, like, You can't tell me anything. Yes, I can. As your sister,
That's right.
I still talk to you, and I want the best for you and for us, right?
You hit something good as your body changes.
Yes, that's another thing, yeah. Great. Okay, why is it essential and okay to be selective when choosing members, quality versus quantity?
Should we go back to the disclaimer at the beginning?
We're not here to offend, yes.
So we are not here to offend, but I think
Go ahead.
look, we can have these huge lines and that's cool, that's great, but I'd rather be a part of an organization where we want to know who we have in this organization. We want to pick you, we want to say, I think you will represent us well. You are what we see for this organization, and not, come on y'all, let's get this, whatever. I think I love that it takes a process, and so many people can be of interest, and they can come to every event and come to all of this and come to all of that, and then, okay, we like all of y'all, let's, I don't even know you. You, soror on my line number 152, like, how do you get to know the people? How do you get to know anybody?
Right.
So what I like is that being with us, is that, or with Sigma Gamma Rho, that we take our time and that we look at everybody who's there. I love that I know everybody who came through with me. I love that, you know, the line before us or the group before us, they know everybody that they came with. I think we take our time to know, or our membership takes the time to know everyone. And I really appreciate that with this sorority.
It's quality versus quantity.
Yes, it's quality. It's that quality, and I really, really, really appreciate that. That is so important to me. I think that's wonderful for us.
And that's something we could be proud of, because I did have a interest ask me about that, and I was clear and could say it without even thinking about it, that we look at a person's intention, we want to get to know you, we want you to know us, we want you to make a clear, conscious decision as to what, if you want to be in the sorority or not. And I felt proud of that answer, and the interest who asked me that, like the answer I gave, because I think that's what she was looking for, but it was sincere, and I feel like this is true of our sorority, and I was proud to say that.
One thing that I do want to add is that I understand it if we haven't taken I know I can't say line anymore, if we haven't, gone through a membership, or if we haven't done that in so long and we still have all these interests and we're building up. I get that, but with us, even with my torch process, we got to know each other. We made sure, and we had to, that was a part of us that we had to do. And it was still building our interest, building that line. Keep, building on our interests. We want to keep these people. These people are still interested. These people still want to be a part of this organization. And so, it's still paying attention to that. And what the organization has done from my perspective, even being on this side this time around with our new sorors, seeing that, it's like, okay, this is the process. This is great. This is what I love. And that is what we did. So I'm really, really, really proud of that.
Why is it very important to enhance Sigma image, specifically during our centennial year?
I think everybody's looking at us. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, just to be blunt with it, this is their centennial. What are they doing? What are they doing? What do they have together? I think everybody is looking at us. Even though we supposed to do what we're supposed to do as sorors, just to represent our sorority, it's just everybody is looking at us.
But we also need to make sure we maintain this going forward. Because
Yes.
I mean, we
It
should
doesn't
already
just
be
stop.
together.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
you know,
Doesn't
you
just
should,
stop.
it's not just for Centennial. It's,
Yeah.
it's all the time,
Yeah.
Soars. It's tapping yourself together all
Yeah.
the time. It's not, oh, this is just a Centennial year. We need to make sure we're this, we're that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You need to be like this all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is not just for
What's the
Centennial.
saying? You have to be prepared, and in that way you don't have to get prepared.
Right.
Stay ready.
Yeah,
Stay
you
ready.
stay ready.
Yeah,
There you
Get
go.
ready. So
Yes.
you're not wrong about to go beyond Centennial. Now the brand of Sigma is now when I walk into a room, I'm like, oh, I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. We're 100 years old. That goes different than saying like, oh, I'm part of Sigma Gamma Rho. We're 90 years old. Like there's a different impact. We're a
Yeah.
100-year-old organization.
Big
You know?
stuff.
Right.
It's the brand changes now. The brand is now elevated, which means we have to elevate with the brand.
Oh, that
There you
was
go.
good. That was
Boom.
good.
Okay.
It's different now.
On that note, can you still stress femininity or being sexy, or still demonstrate and be proper presentation, have the proper presentation, and still express your feminist, being sexy, that type of thing? How you feel about it?
I think you can. I think there's a way to dress and there's a way not to dress.
Classy is sexy to me.
Classy
Oh,
is sexy. You don't. I only can speak for myself. As far as clothing, attire, I know I can't wear what Charisma can wear because I'm bigger than she is. So I'm not gonna try to wear a little dress that's too short at an event. I'm gonna wear something that's nice on my body and for my frame. And again, you can be very beautiful and sexy and sensual without having everything hanging out.
Yes.
I mean,
And actually, that's
Yeah,
not
in a
sexy and
nutshell.
cute, but you know, in my
To
opinion,
each their own. I mean,
Yeah.
but some people think that is cute.
yeah.
I mean, we're just gonna be honest, or we're having an honest conversation.
Mhm.
A lot of our sorors, they think that it's okay and it's cute to have certain things out and
Yeah.
wear the short. I mean, and some things you can wear, we understand that. But some of the stuff that we see, that I've seen, it's like if you know you cannot wear them little shorts, you should not have those shorts on. And and whoever your soror buddy is should say, hey,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am, we're not going out to the party like this.
Yeah.
We need to get it together. We need to change those pants or something.
True.
My rule of thumb is that if you have to ask me a question about what you're wearing, then you already know you're wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're asking about it, then you probably aren't comfortable with it anyway.
So at this, I was just telling my 14-year-old who is learning about, the proper way to dress, and she's bustier than me. She's 5'1", but so it's finding things that works well for her body. And I know some people, women have a harder time covering the breasts and feeling as though they're still sexy or whatever. But I think there's a way to do it.
Absolutely.
It's still, I always say, tact and decorum. Wear your stuff with integrity. Wear your clothing with integrity. You don't have to have everything hanging out. But I know sometimes it's hard to find this that I keep trying to tuck in and not show everything. So as long as we are respectful in the way that we show ourselves, the little bitty dresses, that's just uncalled for. But in the busty area, I know it can be difficult. But we still need to. Who said it? We need to wear stuff that fits us.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was said during the segment or before we started. It's just where would you know you can fit?
And you also need to know
You don't have to have your
where
butt hanging out.
where you can buy certain items.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're not the type of person that you're not really thought about, I need to really wear a certain type of undergarment or where I can get a dress that really is going to fit. There are a lot of us within the chapter, a lot of sorors. They know there's a lot of places that you can get nice dresses, nice undergarments. You just have to know, Amazon, of course, everyone shops on Amazon, but there's a lot of different places, and we have a lot of we can give those resources out. But there is there is, and there are places for people for us to buy the things that we need to fit our bodies.
Yeah.
New York and Company is good
I'm like, do
for
we
us.
want to stay on this? I know that's later on.
I know.
I know. Store recommendations, you want to jump there?
No problem, but definitely leaning
Sorry.
on our sisters is
Oh,
things that
yeah.
you could do. I even asked your mom, which is my soror as well,
Yeah.
even about stockings because we're tall, and she gave me, and they work perfectly. So, you know, we can also lean in and ask our sisters for recommendations.
Absolutely.
Last question, probably a little open and honest, touchy question, but is there a such thing as dressing too masculine in our
Yes.
sorority?
Ooh-wee. Ooh. Ooh. That
Who would like to go
question.
first?
Open
Open and honest. This is
Yes,
for
that's all I got
education
right now.
purposes.
Yes.
Okay. Any opinion on it?
I think we all have an opinion on it. We just need to talk about it.
Yes.
This is what we're here for. Some people, you know, everybody, whatever your opinion is. I only can speak for myself. I think that it's okay to dress. We want you to dress how you want to dress. We want you to be comfortable. You don't have to. But I also feel like that a lot of that sometimes is taken away because it's like you there's a lot of masculine dressing more so. Like I don't really like the combat boots and stuff like that. That's just me. But you know, I don't know. I'm gonna.
And again, I go back to the brand. It's
The
a
brand.
business, and you can decide before even becoming a part of that business if this is something you can do or can't do. Again, there's a uniform, there's a look, there's a representation, expectation. So that would be something I would explore before I even decided that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? So it's not like you get in and then figure out if, you know, how I can make this my own. I should know what the expectation is and what the brand is before I join and decide, is this something that goes against what I believe or who I am? If so, then maybe this isn't for me. Or, you know, I can put my flair onto it just a little bit, but I go along and I align with the brand.
I'm okay with people adding their flair, but I think
Right.
it's also that when we have a business meeting, the rules of the business meeting, you need to dress accordingly.
Absolutely.
When we have Omega Row, you need to dress accordingly.
Absolutely.
So, being a part of the organization, you've taken that, you know, you said that you. So when you went forward, then you knew that this is what you have to do. So I think in our meetings and when it's that time, you need to fall in line and you need to do what you're supposed to do.
Yep. I like how you said there's a time and a place for everything. Like I would like to look at someone and be able to tell that they are my soror. I shouldn't be like confused or wondering how they got our letters on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't
So
be confused.
I mean, I get it. Okay, we need to start wrapping things up.
Exactly. All right. Well, ladies, we did great. Thank you
I
for
think we
being
did.
open and honest with your responses. Any summaries, any last comments or feedback you all want to
Let the
give?
baby answer.
Like the baby answer. I think it goes back to what someone said about knowing your expectations when you join a sorority, right? I know for me as an undergraduate, when I got to be on the other side of the table, it's a lot easier to be on the other side of the table than it was on the other side. The one thing I always stress, and I even stressed it to my chapter, is that when we were getting ready to pick new interests or we're going to start a membership class, is that I never wanted anyone to think that this was like a scam. Like I'm not scamming anyone. Like I can give you full disclosure behind trade secrets. But I'm gonna let you know what this organization is, what we represent, so you can make the best decision for yourself. I'm not gonna scam you into anything, or you're not gonna come in here confused on what you're gonna get, or the expectations of this organization, what we expect out of you in terms of your behavior, the things you're gonna contribute. You know, not talking about financially. Thank you for your donations, but time and energy.
Right.
Network connections, community service, that type of stuff. So when it comes into your Sigma image and what you represent, at least for me, I always make sure that people don't know this is not a scam. This is not a one-time payment sort of thing. It's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a lifetime of learning and changing and getting those corrections. Like my big thing, I think I told it to you, Katina, live. Like, don't tell me, teach me, right? Like,
Yes.
don't
You always
just
say that.
just
You
don't
always
just
say
like
that. Yeah.
yell at me or like just not even like yell at me, but like say like you're wrong. Like tell me why I'm wrong. Like I may not genuinely know in the sense of my shoes to my hair,
Exactly.
something like that. So don't tell me, teach me, and have that mindset continuously throughout your Sigma journey, whether you're a life member, honorary life
Absolutely.
member, Ruby member, Coach
Right.
of Pearl. Always be in a room to grow and learn.
Absolutely, because again, when I came in, I've been in for almost 24 years. I wasn't polished like this, so it's a growing process. It's a learning process, as you state. So it just, but you have to be, like you said, you have to be willing to hear that constructive criticism, and you have to be able to grow also within yourself. You know, I didn't wear the things that I was in 1998 and 2000 that I'm wearing now.
Yeah.
So it's just like you said, we have to continue to grow and continue to make sure our brand is what we set it out to be.
Yep.
And again, that's who you are also as a person.
Yep.
You know, you have to always remember, they always say, remember your why. Remember not to act a fool out in public with your organization letters on. And so that's all I'll say about that. So.
Just add on to that. You just gotta know. Like, get you a Sigma mentor. Like, Katina knows this, but I wake up every day when I'm at a Sigma event and I ask myself in the mirror, what would Katina wear? Like, even right now, like, I should have known I should have put on some type of pin on me, but Katina got 3 on her and didn't let me hold 1 pin. I know better. Like, I see who I see in a sorority who dresses the way I want to dress, and I model myself after them or I ask questions about, like, what they're doing, how they get their clothes and things of that nature, so I can look that part to be on their level.
Absolutely. Well, that actually leads us into the second part of our series, where we not only are talking about the do's and don'ts and how we feel about our Sigma image, but we want to teach, educate, and train. Again, I was in this, got into the sorority in 1989. Yes, ma'am. 1989. And we did not have this type of training. So again, even being in the sorority for that long, I'm still learning things. So like Harris said, you never stop learning, you never stop growing. So I am happy about this series because we're going to actually show you, not just tell you, but show you the right way to do things.
Show you better than I can tell you.
All right. Okay, so Roy, so we're not just going to talk about it today. We're actually going to show you, educate, and train on what to wear for certain events. And first, we have Sor Tiffany Young, who is going to show us the business attire. Soros, can you give us some feedback on this lovely look here?
Yeah, she's turning. I like that turn, ma'am. That was cute.
Yes, one thing I like, I think we mentioned this before about having a dress that's not too short. So you see her dress like goes past her knee, like fingertip length at least, like it's long enough that it's not unprofessional.
Not too much jewelry. You have your basic necklace and earrings, but you don't have like a lot going on.
And she has the complete Sigma uniform on. She has her blazer, the official blazer.
Right.
And she has on some beautiful stockings, honey. You guys may not be able to see those, and she has a nice little black pump. And she's all together. She's all together.
Lovely.
And everything fits perfectly. And come on.
Perfect for chapter.
Yes.
All
Regional
right.
conference. Boo lady.
Ready to handle
Thank you,
business.
Soraya.
Thank you.
And so next we have our Mega Rose ceremonies by Soror Marion Turner, who is going to come and show us the Mega Rose outfit. Doesn't she look beautiful?
Right.
Yeah,
Elegance. It's even
Beautiful.
greater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I love
it.
it. All
Looks great.
white, continuous white.
Yeah.
It's not off-white, but we have
We don't see
white.
any
Yes.
additional
Uninterrupted white. Her
right.
pearls,
Uninterrupted.
her pearls, her earrings.
Stockings.
the
Stockings.
shoes, everything. There's no, I don't see any
She is dressed very
buttons or
appropriate for Mega Row. And
no other accents.
and sometimes they talk about the whole, like if you wear a pin sometimes, but if you do wear a pin, it needs to be more so silver, but not like a gold or colored bracelet a brooch. Pin, sorry.
Thank you
Very
for adding
nice.
that, Soror Harris,
Very
because I
nice.
wasn't aware of that. So
Yes.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that. Sora Turner. And next we have Sora Ruffin, who is going to show us Perry, how to properly wear Perry. Doesn't she look lovely?
I love that. I
Yes.
love it.
Love the
cute.
sweatshirt.
See, and this is what we talk about, like bringing your own style into things, right? So, like she's
Absolutely.
wearing ripped jeans, but it's not inappropriately ripped where I can see anything that I should not be seeing,
Absolutely.
right? It's so flattering towards her body. She's dressed it up, adding her own style to it.
Cute.
Like,
The layered
yes.
bracelets look really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
The collar, popping,
collar
looks
is
really,
nice,
really great.
really nice. Yeah.
I love.
She
I love.
is too
I
cute.
love
Okay.
I love it.
She looks very cute. She is ready to go to a new members presentation. She's ready to go
yeah.
out to. She looks good.
Very
Social
goodly.
Social events. And I love those. I love the collar. That's
Uh-huh.
really
That's
cute.
great. Yep.
Great picnic.
Anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sora Ruffin.
Yeah.
All right, so these are the appropriate ways to wear these outfits, and we're hoping that if you're ever in question, you can look back on this taping and kind of look and see what our sorors were wearing and wear something very similar. But I am happy we did this today, sorors, to give our sorors some education and some training on what to wear in the proper attire.
Yeah.
So, great job.
Ladies.
Gotta be sorry.
Sorors.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're glad you're here. We hope to continue these series and then maybe a part